So I classify nonprofits under the mission-based jobs. And in mission-based jobs, I find that it is very, very easy to get people to into this mindset where they are constantly expected to self-sacrifice for the purpose of the mission. So I write all about this in chapter 3 of my book that I've written on the mission. I call it Do It for the Children. And the example that I use is Theranos, but I also have a whole section on the mission-based job. I'm Daniela, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership, and I wrote a book called Uncultured about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and going into the cult of the United States Army. I have a master's degree from Harvard in organizational psychology, and now I'm working on this book called The Culting of America and trying to explain some of these things. And it's not saying that nonprofits are bad. But I am saying that anything in the mission-based space, one, can be a place where predators show up, but two, can just become very draining on the individual without it like being a cult itself, right? But just that this idea that constant self-sacrifice of members is something that should be required in the pursuit of this mission. And in this space of self-sacrifice, in this space of do it for the children, this is where you can be manipulated, right? So, for example, I use Walmart as an example. So Walmart's mission statement should be providing low-cost products for Americans. But what it is, written on their website the last time I checked, was providing low-cost products for Americans to transform their lives. And it is in the promised transformation of people's lives that they will get you into this mindset of constant self-sacrifice. And I just want to point out, as this comment mentions, like, nonprofits make money. That's one of the biggest, I guess, stereotypes, is that nonprofits don't make any money because they're called nonprofits. They do, however, make profits and often bring in a lot of money. The executive leadership of nonprofits also often makes tons of money. And of course, there's all kinds of power and stuff associated with it. And so this, I think, is part of the problem of any group under capitalism. Its actual mission is to sustain itself, right? So even in a nonprofit where they say that the mission is about helping something, doing something, some greater good, but the actual mission first and foremost has to be for the unit itself, for the group itself to keep operating. And that is going to make it problematic when you come down to the individuals, because the constant self-sacrifice of individuals is something that is impossible to maintain without harming individuals. And to me, the constant self-sacrifice, number 4, always ends up being connected to step 8, exploitation of labor. And I think that is something that is very, very common in the nonprofit space, as well as other things like teaching and medical and legal, where just the amount of labor that you are expected to give to the cause is astronomical.